Oh my god, hey, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily. Today we're doing the route loading on the Chatham Main Lines by Dovetail Games. We're going from here at Swanley. Well, we're on the line from Sevenoaks to Swanley. And we'll be taking the train from here to Longhedge Junction. We're doing the FNA pack first look. So this is an old wagon actually, but it's been updated to modern standards by AP. Pretty standard fare, really. It looks the part, I think. So just checking. Yeah, we're against a red still. Cool. Not too thinking on that, but fair enough. But yeah, these are the FNAs. You can see they're loaded. The way you can tell they're loaded is they've got the hazard tag here. So that's the people you rig if it's gone pop. That text has not been changed. That still says JT. So these are the nuclear flask trains. They're pretty cool. I've got a model of one because why not? But basically, they're actually replaced by wagon. That's basically the same design except the bogies are different. But they've got the numbers on the top so you can tell which one's which. And basically, this train is 6 Mag 95, the 1635, Dungeness to crew coal sidings. So it leaves Dungeness at 25 to 5. It's now 25 to 7, and we're approaching London. And we take it as far as Longhedge, signal Victor Sierra 663. So we're going all the way around South London and enjoying that. We've got a headlight, we've got the road, reverser goes forward, let the brake off, take a couple of lumps of power. Start speed limit is 25, and that's until we go over the point work into Swanley Station. That's awkward. I think I must have turned the DRA on whilst trying to turn it off. But hopefully we should be able to keep moving non-stop all the way to Longhedge from here. Or that may just be a bit of wishful thinking on my part. So these are the Class 68s. Oh, they sound good, right? What you can actually do is that... No. Basically... Oh, it turns out to even be a 20 over here. What we'll do when we skip over all the points and get onto the main line here at Swanley. So this is the Chatham main line that we're joining. So that way is Medway, basically. This way is London. We're on the fast lines because we're a non-stop train. So we need to wait until... Yep, we're now fully on the main. So what we can do is, because I can't remember the keybind for this. Ah, it's a base. She's a basey beast. I should really check. Yeah, we're fine for speed now, but yeah. We need to make sure we don't exceed that 60. But obviously we're two locos working multiple with a very short train. These things absolutely go like the clappers. So, yeah. So this obviously, like I say, these are sort of very basic locos. The reason for that is these are a European design, but the UK loading gauge is incredibly restrictive to size. You know, it's the drawback of having the first of something. It tends to be like your spec is, you know, basically our railways are still spec'd around donkeys pulling carts. But these bad boys, obviously, like I say, they come from the continent. They're a Stadler design. And the great thing about these, like I say, is to fit the UK loading gate, I had to remove the mufflers. So, oh, they sound good. But yeah, as you can hear, we've got the standard AP old wagon sound going on for these. No notes really on it. A standard screw link coupling animation. The longer I sort of spend in Train Sim World, the more I wish we had like even things like the Glad Hands link up or the air pipes there. But alas. you can't get everything that you want. 465 coming the other way. With a 466 hanging out on the back. I do feel like I'm spending a lot of time on this sort of southeastern network, effectively. So, Southeastern's metro route is probably a better way to describe the road I feel like I've got in my head at the moment most. But alas, it's where the stuff fits. This is the included scenario that comes with the AP FNAs, by the way. There was, let me get the manual up and I'll have a little read of the manual. That's iconic, they don't include it. Wah, wah, wah. Am I going to actually have to download the full thing again? I am on tight. Yep, I am. Okay, it'll be 1 second whilst I do this. Armstrong Powerhouse. We'll just keep it at 60. We're on greens. 60's, well, it's a 90 line speed, so we can do 60 through here, no problem. So yeah, AP wagons. No, I need to go and log in, don't I, to get the access to it. Yes, so this one, to be honest, obviously it's, like I say, it's an update of the Just Trains model. The RHTT pack, I fully was behind doing that because that made sense to me, right? That there was a logical reason for why you should do that. It's a pretty old pack, everyone's using it in scenarios, and it's very expensive for a very niche game. Actually, why did I get the AWS though? That shouldn't have been had. I feel like I'm dragging a break here, not gonna lie. I'm going to just stay at 60 for now. But yeah, that made sense, right? Like, there was sort of a logical path you could follow to why this should be released. This honestly just feels like AP went, well, we've got this, and we should release this one as well. So, it's a fairly minimalist manual, because it's a fairly minimalist wagon. The... Yeah, we're on greens, so leave the power in. Got a 700 coming the other way. Wave to him. Uh-oh. You saw nothing. We're just going to coast. But anyway, that is the line down there, or going underneath this momentarily, is the line for Orpington. No, it's not. Okay, I'm wrong. No, it is. I'm right. So that would be and that's the line towards London Bridge. Oh, it goes over us, not under us. Fair enough. But yeah, Orpers will be that way, I believe. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, Orpington. Boom. Like I said, that's the sort of the Kent main line towards London Bridge and Hither Green and all that kind of goodness. But yeah, this feels like a bit more of a money grab, but I've got it anyway because, to be honest, it feels like it's the right thing to have, not gonna lie. But anyway, the thing is, it's going to be the new standard. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3 again. I'm going to put a bit of power back on. So how to play standard guide there. Tail light. If you put semicolon TL equals 0, that will disappear. When placing a wagon in the scenario editor, you have to show the older style pre-1998 OHL warning sticker by adding semicolon OHL equals 1 to the wagon number. Comes with one scenario, which is 6 Mag 95, 1635 Dungeon Nest Crew coal sidings. Pretty standard fare. I should actually put my DSD on. Just a way for me to get tripped out, but it'll be fun. So yeah, the FNAs. Introduced through the 1980s, surviving in traffic until 2019, these wagons transport spent nuclear fuel rods from power stations throughout the UK to the processing plant at Sellafield. Please note this model is the same base model used in the Just Trains Class 20 collection, but with enhanced visuals, audio and physics. As well as the enhancement, this pack allows you to play these wagons separately at a much lower price if you're not interested in what the rest of the Just Trains product has to offer. Now, conspiracy theory incoming as we approach Bromley South. conspiracy theory incoming is that AP has purchased the entire Just Trains Class 20 or the rights to it in some form or another. Out of interest, can I buy the JT Class 20 through their website? No, but I need to think about slowing down here. There we go. So I'm slowing down now to 40 because we're diverging right and 40 is the line speed for that turn off. But also we'll probably get held before we access the Catford loop, which is the way we're planning to run today. Thank you. Oh no, the Class 20 collection is still there. I think what we'll see eventually is the Class 20 be withdrawn. Right, I'm going to let the brake off now. I'm going to coast up to this signal. So we're now approaching it defensively and sensibly. Just in idle now. Just coasting along. Single amber with a feather. So I'm going to slow down to 20 until I can sight this signal. As you can see, so that's obviously the brake pipe pressure. The brake comes on quite slowly on this thing. Comes on and off quite slowly. It's just worth being aware of. Yeah, so like it was 40 for the diverging, but because we've got a single amber, and this doesn't slow down particularly well. There's the red signal. Good job, I took a bit more speed off. I'm going to approach nice and carefully. Bear in mind, of course, like for example GBRF mandates that you are 14 over the magnet, approaching a danger aspect. I want to clear that point work as much as I can, so that I clear that track circuit so that line can be reinstated. Oh, sorry, the route can be set through it, sorry, but I'm also cautious that I am approaching a danger aspect. Danger, danger. High voltage. No idea what this building is, but it looks like a big pumping house or something. It's cool. Thing is that we've got a double O gauge 68 and they're pretty big. Just yeah. What we can actually do is just put this into full dynamic. As you can see, because we're at 2 miles an hour, that's doing absolutely nothing. There's our... Oh, that's fun. That's a safety of the line incident right there. Train seems being interesting today. So what's happened there is the train, for reasons of train sim doing a train sim, has bugged. And it basically has spent less than 35 seconds in a station. If you can somehow force a train to spend less than 35 seconds in a station, which is supposed to be impossible, that's how it acts. It'll pull up. No. Oh, great. Turning ETS on now. So we've let the brake off. We'll put power on. When it... ETS is going to go off now. There we go. As we sort of pull away. We are in a 50. However, I'm going to go no faster than 40 as we are departing against a single amber. What? Oh. I think rather awkward. I need to stop the train. See, that's what I get for following process. Double amber so it can go up to 50 now. That wasn't the plan, but it helped. Again, we're going to slight downslope here, so we're going to go to the clappers. So I'm just going to do that. So the really cool thing about these is they were designed to take a punishing. So part of their design spec was basically that they had to be able to be hit by a train doing 100 miles an hour and not leave. And they passed. They were pretty insane in that sense. There's, you know, there's the footage on the end of a peak and two coaches being smashed into one of those on its side. Which might be like the worst case scenario. Obviously, they're slightly worse. Well, there's substantially worse collisions that could take place on the UK railway, on the UK main line. I'm not hammering right up to 60 because the train in front of us is probably a stopper. We're not. So he'll be stopping at a couple of different locations on the Catford Loop. I'm cruising around here at effectively line speed, if I want. So that's why I'm just letting him get some breathing room on us. Basically, what's happening is there's a few ways for us to get to where we're going. Oh, hello. So we're doing the Catford Loop, which is basically keeps us away from the fast trains and slots us in behind the stoppers. That's here, and we then come through Denmark Hill and over the top of the Thames Link core, and then get dumped out here. We could also have gone sort of via Kent House and Penge East, and sort of down Sydenham and West. This is sort of the Chatham mainline way of doing it basically. So via Herne Hill's probably a better explainer. Oh, hello. There we go. It starts a 40 warning. Obviously, we are already idle. Really, I can put a bit of power on and just let it. In fact, no. You know what? From memory, it's about 3/4 of a mile away. I'm trying to coast it. We'll just keep our eyes peeled for that. But this is the way most freight runs on this route. Is via this line here. You saw nothing. There we go. 40. We'll just go idle for a bit and just coast around. We're back up to 50, but again, I'm just going to stay at 40 for a while. Just give us as much room as we can on that train ahead. We're not holding anyone up behind us, because like I say, anyone behind us is a stopper, so we can afford a couple of miles an hour here, there. I mean, we're due through Shortlands at 49, which is about right. Nunhead at 57. Is there a clock on in this cab? There should be. There it is, 53. So we've got 4 minutes till we're due through Nunhead. Got the repeater, which is indicating a proceed. Yep, there you go. You know, let's go for 50. Seen enough greens, let's go for 50. So that is the DVD sound. The driver vigilance device. So I kick the pedal, lift my heels effectively, and that's enough to tell the train that I'm awake, I'm conscious, and I'm paying attention. Okay, I'm not accelerating anymore. Double amber, single amber next. Double amber. Clear to a green. Okay, I'm not going to slow down, but I am going to draw power. I'm not going to accelerate, sorry. What I meant to say. Also got the... quick capture of the 68, I guess. Straight in front of us, speedometer. Analog, digital, DRA. AWS isolation switch. DRA isolation switch. TPWS warning panel. AWS sunflower. Dubs. Singles next. TMS, not particularly well simulated to be honest. Shows fuel level, which should be a lot lower than that. After we just spent a day chasing around, coming down. This loco had been refueled at Crewe, is driven down and is now going back. We're back like 75, it's really 60 to 75% of a tank. That shows how much power I'm effectively requesting from it. Engine revs, fuel consumption. Does as it says, really. Single amber next. But now, you shouldn't really use regen braking alone when you've got a train on, but I'm doing it just to demonstrate. you can see it's now showing how much tractor effort I'm getting in dynamic, so getting up 158 kilonewtons of force, braking the train to a stand. I want to let my train brake, let my dynamic off, and just use a bit of train brake. That looks like it's cleared, but I'm not trusting it, so we're just going to approach very delicately. No, that's good on the AWS, so brake gets pulled off. Well, I never. Train must have been routed differently to us or something. But this is the name of this line now that we're rejoining. Must be Longhedge, should be on next major station if I'm not mistaken, which I probably am. 40 over the points, we're doing 30 still, which is fine. Got the AWS warning, so we'll stay slow. We've got a 60, but we've got a 40 warning coming into force, so being mindful of that. What I'll do, I will now start accelerating up to 40. As we pass through Longhedge. When we pass through Longhedge, 1 minute ahead of time. Perfect. Not too early, not too late. You can see the shard over there. Of course, near London Bridge. Well, it is London Bridge Station. London Bridge Station is sort of underneath it there. Not sure what that building is. Dynamic. Get to go to 40. There we go. Double amber, single amber next. It's quite fun. Just coming off Catford Loop there. Catford's... I can't remember the name of the station on Catford. It's not Catford Bridge, it's the other Catford, which I can't remember now. But that is... Obviously I did Catford Loop... the Hayes branch for a scenario. And it's quite cool. Basically... Shush. Pulling down... sort of down that side of it, now doing this side of it in the same day, and basically seeing that it's two stations that are really, yeah, Catford and Catford Bridge are two separate stations so close to each other. So we're now in full service braking. You see this thing just doesn't feel like it slows down very well. There we go. Once again, track-wise, we're in a good place. There's a 455 coming around behind us. I do need to use one of these in a video again, don't I? Not used one for a while. That's what we could take one actually. I've got a scenario for that. I need to do it basically. Don't know where the logos are gone, but it's because I did some updates without actually forcing myself to check through everything. There's London Overground service. But as we are against a red, we'll do a proper securing the train procedure. What I'll actually do is I'm going to throw the loco brake fully on. We're on level enough ground. I'll then let the train brake off. That means, effectively, if you saw us on a slope, and as I did that, you'd see this move back because basically I've let all the brake out in all but my engine. So the whole train will stretch out because it's unbraked. Let's wait for the road. Behind this capital star. There we go, we've got the road. So reverser goes forward, DRA is released. Bit of power goes in. Bit of power, bit of power. I'll start off just at, I think it was 40, it's our line speed. But we're skipping over here, so it's at 30. do really enjoy the 68s. They are just absolute beasties. Because I'm always being incredibly careful. Sorry about that. I do have the sniffles at the moment. It's just the AC-based sniffles. Denmark Hill be the next time Mark will pass through. I love it when I call it. This is Denmark Hill station. Was Denmark Hill a landmark? Yes, it was. 1902. We're still a minute ahead of time, which is perfect. We're on double ambers, single amber next, which I can see. Quite enjoy where you can actually see the signals change in front of you. That's gone to dubs. So actually I want to use a tiny amount of power just to try and maintain some semblance of speed here. I'll take a screenshot. It is strange how when you do sort of YouTube in the same way that I do, you go through periods of absolute drought in terms of new stuff coming out and new stuff you can create, to then just what feels like incredibly rapid fire releases. So recently, of course, had the RHTT. We've had this a month later. Hopefully, in the next month, we should see the APHST. We've had the TSRS PNAs. We have the TSRS something else. Must have been something else. No, it's been the PNAs. But we had the JGA, sorry, by A.R. Robinson. It's just, it feels like I had a good amount of stuff to look at and focus on and drive, and that makes me happy, basically, is what I'm saying. 23 mph. Green, green, green. So it's up to 40 we go. No, up to 30 we go. There we go. And this will be Brixton that we're going over the top of. That's Brixton Station down there. And there's Battersea Power Station. So we're not that far now from the end of our journey, because obviously we'll be in sight of Battersea Power PS. So we're at 30. So now, and I've done a speed. Another 465 crossing us there. There we go. I let the speed drop off a little more. Get to say 29 just using a bit of the rear stat. So we'd now be approaching the Clapham High Street? Or is it Wandsworth Road? No, Wandsworth Road is the second one. If this Clapham High Street, I'd be proud of myself. I'm proud of that. So I'm just using, go idle for a bit. Let it coast. So 20 is our caution, which of course is because we're going straight ahead, and that is our speed. So I'm just going to stay where we are now, and then just let the train jiggle itself accordingly. So this is Wandsworth Road. After Wandsworth Road we diverge, so I'm going to put a good chunk of brake on. The key thing I've sort of picked up from driving this twice, 2 or 3 times now, is you have to be ahead of this, the 68, more so than other locos. But like most trains, I'm sort of thinking about the next speed change. Like, effectively, if I was in a 66, I'd probably start braking from 30 hitting the end of the platforms. On this thing, I'm like, no, I know it stops horrifically, therefore I'm going to brake sooner. There's a 377. So we're going to coast because we're going straight ahead here. So to the right, that is London Victoria. To the left, that is that Battersea? No, yes. Yeah, that's the line to Battersea Park Station. Which is, by the way, a fabulous park here. I've been, because me and a friend were going to see 2 shows that were really near Victoria. We had a bit of time to go, so we came one stop and went to the park. It was great. That's Stewart's Line Depot. Now, the other thing you'll see us approaching here, which I'm going to have a look at, is the bottled water, mineral water train, which is, of course, the IZAs. Obviously, this the empties of the bottled water, going back to France to be filled with more Evian. Nowadays, this flow is sort of joint almost between EWS and GB. You occasionally get quite cool. These wagons as well, of course, built in Česká Lípa in the Czech Republic. Bit quick over the magnet, so I'll take a bit extra brake, but I want to stop against the signal. You can see my HV guy. Give him a blast because he's standing quite close to the track, even though effectively this is where we plan to be relieved, but you know. Yeah, it's okay. Full brake now, please. No. Dear God, no. Stop. See what I mean when I say this thing doesn't like to stop? I tripped the TPWS, which has stopped us, which is fine. Anyway, we'll let him fix that. There you go. But thank you guys for watching. As always, it's been a pleasure. So this loco and the associated wagons. The wagons, it's $5.99. If you haven't got the Class 20, it's worth it. This one probably less so than the RHTT. But yeah. The good work, driver. That's 3 loads of spent nuclear fuel rods transported through South London. Another driver will take this onwards. Overall, 3.5 stars. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.